Alrighty, are we going? Are we up and running? Looks like it. Okay. So, earlier I was doing a little bit of the setup on stream. I gotta find my crop cheat cards. Oh, they're there. Looking for these bad boys. Don't need the beets yet. Haven't made any money. I'll keep the wheat, the corn, and the beans though. All right. So, earlier we set it all up. I'll give you the walk around a little. So the main farm board is right here. That's all the possible fields. For a one-player game, we'll just use the half closest to yourself. Starting equipment. Ooh, look at them. Colors are kind of washed out. Yard card, trailer house, 2 people, fuel tank, storage. 5,000 bushels of wheat, 5,000 bushels of corn. Quick reference card for planting, fertilizing, spraying. Numbered chits for our game. Oh, we got to get our money yet. There's the weather tracker, market tracker, town board. What do you call them? They're like, oh my God, contracts. And yearly calendar. All right. So here's the unused stuff currently. There's different levels of tractors and combines we can buy, trucks. All the possible field states from 1-star to 2-star to 3-star, corn, soybeans, and wheat. As you can see, it's a work in progress. It's made out of cardboard and paper. There's still pens and markers in my fancy box. All right. We start with $200,000. 50, 100. Let's do 150. There's 190. 200. Jeez, a lot of them are wearing right off. That doesn't even look like a 5. Turn those ones into 1s, I think. All right. Where do we begin? I think we got everything set up. I was doing that earlier. Let's see. We do need our dice or our weather dice yet. My original weather dice looked like this. They had little hand-drawn suns and rains on them. But I kind of felt like between the paper and the glue, they got out of balance. So now I've just kind of colored blue and yellow faces on a regular set of dice to hope it's a little more fair. I don't know the best place for my camera either. This has a good view of the farm card and the fields, but you can't really see the weather and the markets and stuff. I'll just show you that when it pertains. All right. So the first week of March, we have to roll the weather. Nothing. So that was our weather result. So we don't track anything because no sun or rain got rolled. And the markets. So we do the wheat, corn, and soybeans first. That's going to go down 3 notches. And then the beets are going to go down 3 notches as well. Okay, there's no field work that we can do. We could haul in our stored grain right now. I don't really want to. Next week, nothing we can do. Oh, except the weather. And we get 1 rain. The next week, you could do fertilizing of 3-star fields. We don't have any, so just the weather again. One sun. Okay. Last week of March, we can fertilize 2-star fields. In order to perform that action, I need a family member in my tractor, fuel, and I can spread 2 fields at a time. And the first thing we can plant is wheat. So I'm going to go over here and grab a 2-star wheat fertilizer field states, and that's going to cost me 8 a piece for 16 total. So I'll pay that out of my cash on hand. And now I'm ready to perform the action. So roll the weather. I do all that stuff before the weather because the weather dice has the wrench on it, and if you get a wrench, then you got to pay for repairs. And we got 1 rain, so that's not enough to keep us out of the field. Pay the fuel and perform the action. So those 2 wheat fields just got done. All right, it's the start of April, so we re-roll the markets. First one's, down 4. This is not going well. And then the beets, up 5. Now you may be wondering, why are you rolling the beet markets? You don't have any beets. Well, maybe I would get into beets if the markets were up. So you always roll them no matter what, if nobody has them or not. So this week, we can keep fertilizing all field levels, 3, 2, and 1, and plant wheat. So I'll get my other guy busy in this tractor. We'll fuel them both up. And then I'll have my spreader spread 2 level 2 fields of corn. And that's going to cost me $22,000. And my next tractor is going to use the drill to seed 1 field of wheat, which is going to cost 3. So that's $25,000 total. And everything's ready. We can roll the weather. A sun and a rain. That's exactly what we needed. Okay, so I usually take off 1 at a time and do 1 action at a time. So I'll do this first. And then this tractor was planting 1 field of wheat. So you get the wheat field and then you just flip it. Boom. Green wheat coming up. Following week, you can still fertilize, still plant wheat and plant beets. So we'll do the same thing. Get both tractors going. This time we're going to be fertilizing for level 2 soybeans, which is going to cost us $3,000 each, so that's 6. And the wheat seed is 3, so that's 9. So I'll break a 50 and get 41 back. And then we will roll the weather. And again, it's a sun and a rain. That is good because we've got a long ways to go to get to where we want to get to. So again, one fuel token off at a time. Perform each action that each machine can do. It helps me keep it organized. You can plant our last field of wheat. That's looking nice, isn't it? Oh yeah. All right, middle of April. First week available to plant corn. We can also plant beets, but we don't have them. We're done planting our wheat. So we don't have 2 planters and you can't drill corn. So one guy is busy and needs fuel. We'll plant 1 field of corn, which costs 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll the weather die. And we get a sun. Add that on the tracker. It's good to always get something. You string together too many neutral weather dice rolls, and you won't get a very good yield. So we'll plant that corn. This next week will be a repeat. Costs 8. Weather result is a rain and a wrench. Track the rain. We've got 1 vehicle being used that has a wrench. So we pay $1,000 for that repair. Okay, and then we can get our work done. Planting corn. All right. Last week in April, we can plant beans and corn and beets and wheat. Now the thing about beans is you can use a planter or a drill. So just for the sake of timeliness, I'll get both tractors busy and we'll do both at the same time. So 2 soybean seeds will be 12,000. 10 out of 15, we take 3 back. Weather dice once again. Ooh, another 2, 4. Take them both off. They're both doing the same thing. And we got everything planted by the last week of April. Beginning of May. Markets again. Corn and beans down 2. Holy smokes. Beets up 6. Okay. Okay, you guys. Bet on the wrong horse here, I think. And the actions are plant corn, beans, and beets. We got none of that, so just the weather. 2 suns. You're getting very good weather rolls. Once again, there's no actions, so we'll just roll the weather. Oh my lord. If this keeps up, we're going to have could have a decent year, I should say. Okay, 3rd week of May. Action on the calendar says we can spray wheat. So we will do that. I only have 1 sprayer, so that's 1 tractor in use, but he can spray 2 fields of wheat. So we'll get everything done in 1 week here. The wheat spray costs $2,000 per field, so that's a total of 4. Roll the weather dice. We get a rain. So if you get 2 rains on a roll, you can't perform any field work. 1 rain, you can still get your work done. So now we remove the fertilizer seed card and place the spraying level 1 card down. And on the back of that card is a spraying level 2, which you will see soon enough. Okay, last week of May, spray wheat. We got that done. So we can just roll the weather and we get another shot of rain. Okay, beginning of summer, first week of June, markets. Crops up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's gonna help. Beets up 1. And the actions are spray corn and beans, and we can still be planting beans. So I'll spray my corn first. I need to buy more fuel. It's $1,000 for a stack of 10. Put the fuel in the sprayer tractor. Grab the sprayed 2-star cornfield card and pay. Spray is 3, so 6,000. Roll the weather. And a shot of rain again. Then remove the fuel. Kind of work your way this way. Fuel, action. Spray the wheat. Now I don't know when I want to sell this corn and wheat I've got stored in my bin. But I'm not going to be able to store what I'm growing right now if I don't. And even then I probably won't be able to store all of it. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, next week of June we can still spray corn and beans. So we'll spray our bean fields. Got 2 of them. And that costs 5 each, so we'll throw a tenner in. And then roll the weather. And we get a sunshine. Good deal. We are doing pretty close to even on the sun and rain so far. I've had some pretty wacky results, but it's amazing how it'll hit that pretty close. All right. So that's what the area west of Wahpeton will look like for about the middle of June. Wheat's up, corn's coming up, beans are up. Next week, spray beets, spray corn, spray beans. We are done with that. Roll the weather. 2 rains. God, look at that. As soon as we got done, it didn't matter. 1 last week of June, nothing else to do. We'll roll the weather and a sun and a rain. Boy, if we get a couple more suns by the time fall rolls around, we're going to have an excellent crop result here. Okay, so the first week of July is kind of a special. Let's see if I can move this. Kind of a special. There's no actions, and you gain 4 victory points if all of the first round spraying is completed by basically the 4th of July is what it is thematically. You can get all your spraying done by the 4th. You can go to the lake. You gain some farm reputation points. So we are done with that. We will put a 4 on our farm. That's our new farm reputation. When we get to 10, we can rent the first field. All right. So now, vacation's over. Spray corn. So there's another action of spraying, but there's not another expense. You just have to do it again. Hey, look at that. We're almost getting to be too wet. But we'll spray that corn again. The tassels are coming out. You can see by the yellow lines coming out. Okay, the next week is still just spray corn. We got that done. And we got another sun and a rain. Okay, spray corn, spray beets. We don't have any. Another weather, just a sun. We're already into the excellent. Let's try not to lose that now. Spray beans and wheat. I'm going to spray my wheat first. Once again, there's no additional expense. Oh my God. Just a little more rain. We're going to lose our excellent, go back to good if we get too wet here. Okay, so spraying the wheat. That's ripening up nicely. Starting to turn that golden color. All right, first week in August. We got to do a market roll at the beginning of every month, and crops go up 6 again. We're already over where we started, even though it looked pretty bleak at a moment there. Beets go down 6. Things happen fast. And spray beans, spray wheat. So I'll get my beans spraying done. Roll the weather, neutral. Beans are starting to turn a little, get a little lighter green tinge to them. Second week in August, nothing to do. 2 sunshines, I love it. That's some August weather, that's for sure. Okay. So, the third week in August is the first week of the year that we could be harvesting wheat. So the weather results that we get after this week, after this roll, will be what it is for the remainder of the year. Come on, camera. And we are right in that zone. If we get 2 rains, we're going to drop to good. Pretty much anything else, we're going to be good. And we'll be in the excellent category, which is a great result. So, that's exciting. I should probably sell some of this crop I've got in my bins. Don't you think? What would you guys do? 'Cause I'm going to have quite a bit of stuff growing, but it's, I don't know. The price ain't bad. I could wait until next week to harvest. Because how many? No. Yeah. I'll just keep storing what I'm storing. All right. We got to get a guy in the combine, fuel in the combine, man in a tractor, or truck. Our combine can harvest 1 field a week. 1 field of level 2 wheat at, I guess we got to find out the weather result first. Oh, excellent. Is level 2 star wheat. Excellent. 6,000 bushels per field. So that's as much as 1 truck can hold. So I don't need to hire another trucker. I'll just put fuel in that one. Then we'll get our 1 harvest card ready. Did the weather roll, so perform the action, harvest that field of wheat, and then the 6,000 bushels we have to do something with. Well, right now wheat is worth $6 a bushel, so 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm gonna take the payment on that and just sell it and take 36 out of the bank. All right, let's keep going. Got 1 more field of that to do. It'll be exactly the same, other than we will still roll the weather, because the weather dice, if you get 2 rains, you can't harvest, and if you get a wrench, you got to do the repairs. So we don't track the weather faces anymore, but we would lose a week if it rained too much and have to pay the repair. So take the fuel, perform the action, take the fuel, and once again I will just sell that for 36. All right, it's first week of September. We got to do the markets. Ooh, grain's going down 5. Now wheat's only worth 5. Beets are going to go up 2. And actions. If we had a greenhouse, we could do that. We don't. We'd be pre-lifting beets or harvesting wheat and tillage. So our wheat harvest is done, but we do have wheat in the bin here. So I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a guy trucking and doing tillage. I forgot to give myself a little card. I need a plow. A level 1 plow, here it is. So I can plow up 2 fields a week. All right, so once again, the weather. And not too much rain, not a wrench. So I'm gonna use this truck action to haul in 5,000 bushels of stored wheat, which is worth 5. So what's 5 times 5, everybody? 25. I'll take that right now. And then this guy will plow up 2 fields a week. And those fields are all done. All right, next, harvest wheat tillage, nothing, week off. Okay, 3rd week of September, harvest beans becomes available. So we'll get the guy back in the combine. We need to buy more fuel. Let's see, a level 2 field of beans with an excellent yield is 5,000 bushels per field. So we just need 1 trucker again. 1 combine, 1 truck. Now this might be an interesting chance to store some crop. I think I might do that, honestly, because the price for soybeans right now is $9 a bushel. That's pretty low. So we'll roll the weather. Nothing to do there. Combine 1 field of soybeans. We'll do this one. What did I say? 5,000 bushels, and I'm gonna store it in the bin at home. So it's soybeans are blue right now, and then you just plop a little 5 on it. And I've got another 5,000 bushel bin. There's 3 there. If I were to store anything else, I'm gonna stack it in the middle, kind of. Either way. So yeah, moving on. Last week of September, still harvest our beans, and you could harvest corn if you had a dryer in your yard, which I don't, and I don't need to. Okay. Combine, truck, weather, no factor, combine, beans, 5,000 bushels, in the bin. So I'm storing these beans at $9 a bushel. So I'm hoping to get more than that for them. You know? Okay, market roll, beginning of October. Crops go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could already sell those beans for $10 a bushel. I just gained 10,000 bushels by storing them, or $10,000. Right? $1 on 10,000 bushels. And then we got to roll the bean market. Beet goes up 4. Okie dokie. And still can't harvest corn because without a dryer. But we couldn't do our tillage. So I'll get a guy in a tractor and the plow. Roll the weather just to see if he can get his work done. So, spend the fuel to perform the action. Get those 2 fields plowed up. 2nd week of October, we can start harvesting our corn. Now is when we're going to have to hire a trucker, because we can combine 1 field at a time. But our corn field at level 2 with an excellent result is 16,000 bushels. So we're going to need all 3 trucks. I only got 2 people. So you hire workers per week at $1,000 per week, or you know, I'm doing all the math in my head at times 1,000. All the numbers are written down as 10, but real world it would be 10,000. So, did I do that? No, I gotta fuel these guys up. Okay. And my bins are full, so this corn's gotta be sold. Weather roll. Eesh. We're good. We're good to go. Get these little guys out of my way a little bit. Okay, so spent that. Now the truckers. And that was 16. Corn is currently worth 4. So 16 times 4 is 64,000. So 50, 60, 4. That ain't too bad, is it? Next week, do the exact same thing. Goes pretty easy when everything's uniform here. Just roll the weather again. Try not to pay a repair bill. We got lucky there because that would be $4,000. We've got 4 equipment this week running. Spend that. Get that. Pay the truckers. And then take our 64,000. I want to turn in some of these 10s for a 50. Got buckets of them. Do that again. We made money this year, you guys. Okay, next week, second to last week of October, harvest corn, harvest beets, harvest beans, and do tillage. So, get my guy in the truck, or the tractor, last little bit of fuel, roll the die. Oop, got rained out. Next week, everything else stays the same. Okay, now we can get her done. Well, that was our first crop year completed. We did pretty good. I am going to just buy fuel right now and get that full. Just like to have that done. We've got another first week of November, so we're going to do a market roll. Up 4. Beets go up 2. So my soybeans are worth $11 a bushel now. That's up 2 since I stored them. Think they'll keep going up? Corn is worth 4, but it's close to 5. I think I'm gonna take this week and sell these beans I've got stored. That ain't too bad. Middle of the road. I need the cash now. So that was the result, so no factor there. Spend the fuel. That's 10,000 bushels of beans at $11 a bushel. So that'll be fun. Should I do the corn next week or what? Sorry, I was just thinking. I think I'm going to keep gambling on the corn, honestly. Alright. So the last few weeks in November, we got everything done. There's a little note on the 3rd week to pay my loan. I didn't have one, hold an election. I'm still the mayor. I started out as mayor. So, I think everything's done. I might just make some change here. is. Yeah. All right. So, it's the end of year one. So after the end of the first year, we got to do winter. Collect money earned from animals and off-farm wages. We don't have either of those. Advanced year, reset weather, and then if we had a classic card, you could increase the worth on that. So now we're in year two. Weather goes back to the starting position. Next is collect farm reputation points earned by family members, plus any 3-star equipment. So these are each worth 1 annually. If you send them to school and they get a 2-year degree, they're worth 2 every year. If you send them to school and they get a 4-year degree, then they're worth 3 every year. So 2 plus 4 is I get to put a 6 down. We're still not to 10, so I still don't get to rent a field. Now the mayor gets to roll a 4-sided die. I got a 4. So, what should we do? What should we do in town, you guys? The dealership's always a good idea. Meat packer would make more sense if I had animals. I don't know if I'm going to get into that. The zoo buys wheat for pretty good money. Good boost to reputation. I could start renting a field if I did that. Or I could start chiseling away at that giant 8 required power to get the ethanol plant going. Also the grain elevator. Takes 5, but you can one time raise the grain markets 12 steps, which is significant. But these prices aren't that bad. I'm not that leveraged, so I don't think I'm going to work on that too hard. Honestly, a zoo is looking like the best idea right now. Either that or the dealership. I don't know. I could keep farming some 2-star land for a couple of years. I'm going to do the zoo. So that's 4. Means it's all done. So I get 8 extra victory points. Now I'm at 14. Easy. So I'll put 1 and 4 down. And then, let's see, I need a little slider down here. So now I can rent a 2-star field. I'm just gonna pick one at random here. It'll be that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that should work. Okay. And we'll keep going. Pay any loan interest? None. Family living, 5,000 per person, so that's a 10. Lose 1 farm reputation point per piece of equipment not stored inside. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, and I've got 22 stalls, so we're good there. Okay, so this is the interesting part. Take out new loans, buy land, and build buildings. So, yeah, this is the part that gets a little crazy because you wanna grow. Let's see. Corn is currently worth $4 a bushel, so that means land is worth 2-star land is $325 a field, 3-star is $390, 1-star is $265. How much 2-star land is up to next to me? I got 1, 2, plus that one. That'd be. Do I have enough equipment to do it? Harvest might get tight. So if I bought 2 2-star fields, 325 times 2 is 650. So I would need 4 chips for 800,000 of the loan. Minus 650 is 150,000 in extra cash, which I'll take like this. And I'm going to buy these 2 fields, 2-star quality. And you get to choose what their previous crop was. So I'm going to choose corn, wheat, and beans to keep everything even. Because I'm going to try to do this without expanding my equipment too much. Might have to get a combine is the only thing, but I've got enough wiggle room with my available loan that I can do that later if I absolutely have to. Otherwise, I think it should be fine. You know, and in general, you get an idea of what it's going to cost per field. You know, if you figure high, it's going to be 20,000 per field. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 field, 180,000. I got that. So let's go with that right now. Okay, build buildings. Let's see. I don't need more cold storage, maybe some more grain bins. As you see, that little grain bin thing I did earlier netted me $20,000 extra. So they pay for themselves pretty quickly. And then with the extra fields, it might be a good idea. So I think I will. I'm going to build 2 20,000 bushel bins. That's going to cost me 44. So I'm going to put in a 50 and take 6 back. Is that enough, or should I do that again? That'd be like not even all 3 cornfields. And then I got beans and wheat I might want to store, but I got 5,000 here. That's the bean fields. That's the cornfields. Just sell the wheat to the zoo. That should work. For right now. Let's see, when do I gain a family member? After year 3, so it'd be kind of nice to have a bigger house by then. But also a farm shop. The sooner you can buy it, the sooner it'll start paying for itself. And it has more stalls. So I think I will put one of them in. Put a farm shop right here. That's going to cost me 45, so that's another 50. I'll take a fiber out. And it comes stocked with parts, which is supposed to be 10. That's only 8. Grab 2 more from my pile. So now instead of $1,000 per wrench rolled, it's just a chip per wrench, and those only cost 100. So the farm shop's going to save me money over time. Is the idea. Okay, now I got some other year-end expenses I better get to before I keep spending too much goddamn money. Okay, pay property taxes on owned land, 2,000 per field. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 is 16,000 in property taxes. That's that. Pay land rent for any rented fields. 1 star is 10,000, 2 stars 12,000, 3 stars 15,000. So that's 12,000 I owe for my 1 field at 2-star quality that I'm renting. Pay for insurance on all fields equally, rented or owned. So insurance guarantees you a poor result and protects you from a fail result, which is substantial. So it seems like a lot of money laying out, but it protects you massively, but it's pretty rare to get a fail result, but that's the risk. So I'm gonna buy the insurance. So that'll be 18,000 out of 20. Okay, and that is everything for the winter. So we begin year 2. Just kind of looking at my cash here, how it's broken down. Yeah, that'll work. We carried 5,000 bushels of corn into this year. So yeah, that was 1 year at West of Wahpeton. I might be back on later, I might not be.